Hello there folks, it's TIJ Gaming and welcome back to episode 3 of our Rookie to Champion adventure and World Snooker Championship 2004. Now today we play our second qualifier in the LG Cup and start the first 3 or 4 frames against Mark Brent in the second qualifier. Now if you haven't watched the previous 2 episodes, I'd completely go and recommend you do so, but you'll probably guess by this point that we did win those matches. But for the people who didn't watch that match, I said matches, didn't I? It was only the one. Calm down, we're not a fully fledged player yet. For those who did watch, you will remember that we won that match 5-1, and when I think about it now, that was quite a dominant performance, and I genuinely think if we hadn't made that mistake on the black on the second frame, if we'd have potted that black on the second frame, then we'd have won it definitely as a clean sweep by 5-0. So, as far as I'm concerned, we did very well against Mark Price, but it's a different Mark today in our second qualifying match. In fact, it's Mark Brent, so we'll see how we get on against him, whether he's a similar calibre to Mark Price and whether he's a force to be reckoned with or not. But to get into character, I have got my drink with me. I mean, you know, as you see, when they sit down, they have the jug of water, which they have. Might have something a bit stronger, maybe sparkling water if they feel fancy. But today, I've got my cup of tea and a glass, a big pint glass, in fact, of squash, which will certainly keep me going and keep hydrated through this long slog of 3 frames. That's a good break, though, from Mark Brent to start this match off.
2 ball to balk and not loosen the reds too much.
Yep, as Dennis says, hasn't loosened the reds too much, so he's just going to take a simple safety shot, because obviously we can't get through. In fact, we can get through to that red, so we will knock that red, just to make sure we don't necessarily disrupt the rest of the pack. That would make sense, and hopefully we hit it with not so much force, but with enough force that it sort of teeters to the edge and the back of that pack, which is really, it's been hit with a little bit too much there, but if we can get it sort of behind the yellow, that makes it a tough pot on that red. I think it's achievable. Maybe that brown stops an angle on it, I'm not quite sure, but it's going to be a tricky pot if he wants to go for the pot straight away here. So not a bad safety shot there. And Mark Brent just putting some chalk on his cue. Maybe he's going for the... No, he's not going for the pot, he's going to go off the cushion, and again, just try and clip the reds. Yeah, decent safety shot though there, because the green possibly does stop any angle on those 2 reds that are close to the bottom pocket that we are edging towards now. We'll have a look though if we can get an angle. We can, and I feel like I'm usually, as you know, we go for the pot. Now I'm going to hit this one quite hard, because I am bearing in mind that we probably want to get back up the table, because we won't get an angle on the black, but it's going to be quite tight. That looks about right to me. If I could get any more angle on that I would, but we can't. So I'm going to hit this one quite hard, as I say, to get back onto the top of the table, because the black's not going to be really an achievable angle. But can we get our first pot? That's all that matters. And we have. Nice pot. That's not what we wanted at all. Poor angle there. But can we get the black actually from that? Will the black go? I'm not quite sure. If not, it's just a simple safety shot. Now we can get the black. The black will sort of go. Am I playing a bad shot here if we just whack it? Maybe some screw back. I'm not really sure. I mean, I don't think that's going to go in, but there is some chance it might go in. So we're just going to take the risk. It's a dangerous shot to play. It might not come off, but as I always say with these shots, if it does come off, unlike that, it looks good. But it hasn't come off. We were quite close, but probably hit it too hard. Have we avoided giving him the chance of the pot close to that pocket on the opposite end to the black? Another safety shot, I think, here from Mark. So it doesn't look like it, but it has given us good angle if that black wasn't in the way. And another red. But I think we can get to this red, certainly. Can we get it? Let's just make sure, though. Nothing too hard here. We don't want to be ridiculous. It's quite tight to the cushion, though. So about that angle should be okay. Again, nothing too hard. Nothing too ridiculous. And that should take us up to the mighty points total of 2. Is he going to go in? It is. A bit more of a forceful shot than expected. But puts us actually quite nicely back on the blue, I think. We could go for the yellow, but I've always said I'm not a big fan of those pots into the middle pocket. And actually, if we hit this one quite softly, it gives us an easy pot on that red. Yeah, it does. It's gone straight past the red, and as I just said, it gives us a good pot on the red. And if we hit this right, a good angle on that black, and then obviously on the red, close to the pocket. So all works out quite well here. And this should be a good start to the first frame of the day. Good stuff. Might be a bit too hard, but the angle should still be okay. It's quite a nice pot, I think. Do we go for the pink, actually, here? I'll have a look. Is the black achievable? And by achievable, I mean quite easily. Yeah, it is, to be fair. So there's no point going for that pink. I would have done in any other situation, because that's quite an easy pot, despite it being in the middle pocket. But I think this one should go in, and it does, and it leaves a decent angle. Although it's going to have to be quite a tight one on this red. I have to be quite tight with this. Will it go? I don't think... Well, it might not go. Ooh, yeah, it will actually. But we won't really be able to get an angle on this black. So we're going to have to hit it quite hard to get it in. But not ridiculously. I think that should roll at that. Oh, it doesn't. Unbelievable. That's me just being stupid. Inexperience shows again. We are getting some good break building skills, but some odd shots. We are leaking some points. And I think against bigger players and bigger personalities and players with more experience and players with more skill ultimately, we are going to be punished quite a lot for that. Luckily, he's got himself into a nasty temperament here as Mark Brent. He's going to go for the yellow, which he should get, to be fair. He hasn't, though. He's hit that one quite poorly, unless it comes back for the unbelievable double. No, he hasn't. It was quite close, though, in the end, to be fair. I'll give that to him. Can we get an angle on that red? Apparently, it's a right choice of reds. I can't see the beam, unless we go for this one, which I don't really like the angle of. We'll go for it, though. There's nothing to lose, is there? Apart from the break, you know. That looks okay to me. We don't want to make the same mistake we made last time. We want to make sure it bypasses the yellow and goes in the pocket, of course, as well. But that looks okay to me. Maybe a little bit more towards the yellow would have been good. But it all depends on the luck of the gods. Oh, it's just about gone in. Hit that with too much power, and that wouldn't have gone in. I just wanted that black to travel a little bit more, and that would have gone in. Do we get an angle on the pink? No, we don't. So it is going to have to be the yellow at this point. Again, keeping on the table is much better than going for the black and worrying about points and not getting it at the end of the day. Famous saying goes, I think I've said it once in every episode, so we can play a bit of bingo. But, you know, you can't really do anything from the chair. It's going to be a tricky angle on this red here by the black, but I think we should make it. Again, nothing too hard. We want to get angle back on this black, ideally. Get back on the reds and blacks. Obviously means we can build up a bigger break. That's nice. Good stuff. Now, the pink looks tasty as well here, but we should go in for the black. Means there's no real problems for the next red. As Mr. Taylor put it perfectly. And there we go. It's an extra 7 points to put onto the break. He did take a little bit of wriggling about to get in there. But this one's going to be quite a nasty one. Going across the cushion. But we'll go for it. It's just the luck of the gods sometimes, whether it hits both jaws. If it hits both jaws, it ain't going in. But that is a nice shot. Apart from the fact we have snookered ourselves here. But we should be able to get out of it by hitting the black. That should be quite easy. Oh, I say it should be quite easy. Bit of pressure on now. I mean, does that hit the black? Does that go? I could have done with a little bit more angle there. I think it does, just about. Well, I'm back, and I obviously didn't pause the game. Because we're back on a red. Now, I'm fairly sure we didn't get the black. Is there a replay on what we've just hit, possibly? Shot 20 by Mark Brent.
Let's see that shot.
Has he potted this? No, he's missed it. Is this the shot that we just took on the black?
Let's see that shot again in the replay.
I think we must have got it out. Yes, we did get it out. That's... I'll tell you what, that's lucky. Okay, we're back on then now. I mean, we missed the black, but it's no issue because of what seemed to happen to our mate Mark. Now, we don't want to hit anything too hard, but we want to get an angle on this blue, really. I don't think the screw back's going to work at all here, but I don't think Mark Brent's... Oh, dear.
I didn't want to go in.
That was bad, that was. Lapse in concentration.
And
I'll tell you what the worst thing is. I went to get the post.
I guess
now the gate rung, someone was at the gate, Royal Mail with the post. You know what the worst thing is? There's still nothing for me. Nothing for me. The only good type of post is something for you, isn't it? Right, that red looks tricky. Can we get an angle on this? No, we can't, basically. That's the long and short of it. Can we get the middle pocket? I don't like the middle pocket, but that seems the most achievable at this point. Looks about right. We have got a comfortable lead, and that's just been strengthened now.
Good shot indeed.
Again, decent angle on the blue. If we can get it to bypass the red, but we're not going to, so we're going to hit the brown. Get a bit of power behind it. Get a screw back on it. And hopefully we've got an angle on that red in the middle pocket, because really we want to get rid of that one as soon as possible, and that's nice.
That was a
Not
nice
the best
shot
angle, but it does make sure it bypasses the blue. in terms of we don't have
Still
to
plenty of
navigate
rounds
the blue
available.
here. So we will get an angle on that. Nice and soft. Make sure we can get an angle back on the blue in the middle of the table. Get that re-spotted. Good stuff.
Seems to be queuing well today.
It is a nasty angle on that blue, so we might go for the
You
pink.
might want to take the green here for
No,
position.
I wouldn't take the blue in for position, just personally. Now, this pink is a bit of a silly shot. But if it goes in, it looks good. Oh, I hate these shots. I really do. It's just your luck, but I think that looks good to me. Pardon the pun. Right, can we get it? Hit it straight on, don't hit the cushion. But it did, but luckily we've got it in. And we've got a nice angle on that red now. A few reds, few colours, and the frame is pretty much over. Right, let's try and get it. Ooh, we're not going to be able to get the screw off the cushion. But we do actually, funnily enough. We don't want to hit it too much though. We want to get angle on that black. With our other colours on the table, we might be able to get just in case. Oh, we've blooming missed it. The one thing we don't think about.
Near the black spot
It's
seems to be a
often
big
said
choice.
by the commentators. You know, you think about the place, you think about the position, but you don't think about the pot. And that's what Mark Brent's done there. He hasn't punished us at all this frame, you know, for
Now you can
losing
get the black
shots.
away from the cushion
So,
here.
I mean, we're going to have to sacrifice the black, but we need to get a pot fundamentally. We ain't going to get that black now with the red next to it, but that is a nice pot. Moves a few of the colours out the way. Don't snooker ourselves. We don't want angle just on that pink, but that's just exactly what's going to happen,
The pink looks to be a
unfortunately.
good shot here.
The pink looks a good shot. Where are we going to put it? Can we? Oh, that's a tight angle on that brown. Black doesn't go. Can't get to the blue. Oh, it's going to be a risk. Can we get it in the middle pocket? This will be, I think, if we can get this a frame-winning shot. But I can't judge it, really. We'd want to make sure it doesn't go into one of the pockets. We don't want to concede a foul. Let's go for that. I don't think it's going to go in, but it's just our luck. The middle. I don't like the middle pocket. I've said it several times before, and it's just hit both of the jaws. And unfortunately, it hasn't gone in. But have we left a pot? I don't think we have. Not an easy one, anyway. You're going to try and nudge the black. To be fair, he could pot this. He has, to be fair. That was just a bit of an oversight from me. It was quite an easy pot, that was. And whether he goes for the blue, which is probably an easier pot, the green, okay, I don't really make much sense of that. I suppose he wants to get points to get back into the frame. But at the same time, he does need to get some of the big colours to get a good points total going. I mean, this red's a straight pot here. Could be waiting a while now.
That one in.
Some nice position on the remaining colours and reds. So there's 24.51 left, I think, on the table, if I'm correct. If my maths is right. That's now 46. So we're 39 ahead, 46 to play for. He's going to have to take the table for a lot of this now. To win this frame, it's an uphill battle, but he's got another point. 35 available, I think,
he'll
now.
take the yellow for position.
But I think because he's just potted the yellow, that takes 5 points off, if I'm correct, because obviously he hasn't potted the black.
13.
So how many's left on the table now? 16. 43, is it? So I think it's still the same. No, is it? Hold on. I don't know. There's no point me doing this. I don't get the maths. But he's spotted it anyway. We should pot this one quite easily. Nice hard shot. Nice and firm. Get it in the pocket. And carry on. Go on, hit the black, hit the black. Oh, I could have done with nudging it the black there. There's a decent angle though on the pink and the blue. I mean, they're pretty much both nigh onto their respective middle pockets. So if we can hit this one quite straight, we shouldn't really have to worry about this middle pocket. But there is only the one red left on the table, so we need to get good position on that. Either that or a snooker next ball. Come on. We got it? Yes, we have. Don't go in. Oh, okay. Right, what we need to do is just line the cue ball up behind the red. Make sure we don't hit the black. Well, we won't pot the red. We can't pot the red. That's just a stupid idea. In fact, it would be easier to just put it there. Hopefully the red doesn't move at all. Oh, not the best, but he is not going to pop that. No way. That's a bit of a daft safety shot there because that's quite an easy pot. 35 left on the table, so that makes sense. There's 8 left there, and there's 27 in the colours, right. So I think I was right first time. But let's hit that. We should have really hit it a little bit short just to make sure we get the black. But we potted the red. That pretty much means we got the frame, pot the black, and it's secure.
Plenty of confidence.
Can we get it? We can. And that puts us one frame up. We have snookered ourselves, which is not the best way to go here. Have we snookered ourselves? Is there a way through? I don't think there is. Can hit it on the top cushion though, which is a big help. Just for getting the angle on these shots. Ooh, is that going to go at that? I think it will. It's dangerous. When against a bigger opponent, we would have been in danger. But to be fair, that doesn't give an easy pot at all. Mark Brent will try and get back into the game. He does require snookers though now to get back in the frame. He's just tapped it. And again, he thinks he's going to snooker us. But we're just going to line the ball up behind the yellow. And the rest is history, really. Put it this way, I don't think he's going to win this frame now. It's going to take something monumental for him to win the frame. There we go, he's not going to get that. And there we go, he's had enough, as John Virgo says. Again, it's John Virgo bingo. I mean, John Virgo said that pretty much every frame has been conceded. But we're 1 up, that puts us at advantage. But we were 1-0 up in the last game, so that doesn't really mean anything. Getting a few frames lead, though, now should put us comfortably in the next round. If we can be... I mean, to be fair, 2-1-up's not bad. You know, it's a lead at the end of the day. Not the best break, though, there. But actually, it's kept them quite tight. Not an obvious potting angle. It's whether he can see in it. He's whether he can see a pot, though, here. First sip of the tea consumed. Very much a safety shot there. He clipped that red with the littlest of clips, really. I think we're going to have to try and do the same. So, what did he do there? He must have just clipped it very, very softly. And hopefully that gets it back up the table. Because if it doesn't, there's 2 obvious reds that are a little bit away from the pack on the other side of the pink. There we go. That wasn't too bad. He's going to struggle to get an angle on that red that I discussed before. Blimey, I mean, there was an angle for that shot, I didn't realise.
Don't think that one wants to go in.
Didn't want to go in, though. Now, do we go for the pot here? Do we go for what he's made the mistake on? Ooh, it's going to be nasty. To be fair, it's not too nasty in the end. Pot this, get position on the black. Start the frame off nicely. Hopefully, we can then break up the reds. There we go, we've got the point. Not the best angle on the black, but it should be achievable. Right, can we get some angle on this shot? Just put it back towards the pack of reds. We want to make sure we pot the black, though, first. I've said this multiple times before. We've thought about the positioning, how we're going to break up the reds, but not enough about the pot. And then that leads to, rather than you getting the advantage, your opponent gets it. And we've done the same there. It's because we've hit it too hard, fundamentally. If that would have been a bit softer, it wouldn't have hit the jaws. And now he's got an easy pot. Ooh, he nearly potted the white, though, there, the cue ball.
Looks like he's trying to get the black onto its spot.
But yeah, he will pot the black now, and I think he's going to have a decent break here. He should be able to get that red that's away from the cluster into that middle pocket. He's got better middle pocket skills than me. But he's gone for the safety there. An awful safety it was. It leaves a direct pot on that red. Pardon me. Let's have another sip of the tea while we watch this shot go in. Very confident, but it's definitely going to go in, surely. And there we go, that's it. It's a similar angle, though, on this black to what it was before. So let's focus on the pot here, rather than positioning. Obviously needs some force to get to the pocket, but I'm happy with that. Let's have a look. Can we get ahead for the first time in the frame? We can. Good.
8.
But obviously, because we think about the pot there's not so much emphasis on position, but we have got quite nice position on this red here. Nothing too hard. Back middle of the pocket, move it over a little bit, and this should be a decent break. Go on, go on, go on. There we go. Not the nicest of shots, though, onto the black there. But what we are going to try and do is exactly what John Virgo says. Put the ball up behind the black and try and play a bit of a safety shot. I mean, there are reds available, so it doesn't snook him necessarily. Well, I suppose it does, actually. But he can get out of this quite easily, I think. But it's just a case of he won't get the pot. But, of course, if he gets the foul, I won't complain. Interesting way to go about it, though, here. And he's clipped that red. Now, that's a pity that brown's there because we would have gone for the top pocket. Can we go for this middle pocket? No, we can't. We can't really get the angle on it. This looks like a bit of a tasty shot. Get it up behind that ball. And see how we get on with that. I mean, we've left that pot easy there. Square on. And not the best play there. Not the best consideration. There's still improvements to be made in our game. 100%.
4.
He had to use lots of screw back to make the position with that shot.
Well, exactly, John. John Virgo. What is he going for here? I mean, he's potted it, granted, and to be fair to him, he's done well, but certainly hasn't got the position on the black that I'd have gone for. Black's very much king when it comes to these big breaks, and he's missed the blue. I think this pretty much confirms he's not the best. Well, I mean, we're not the best player, for goodness sake, but at least we can build up half-decent breaks. I mean, Mark Brent just made a stupid error there. And on the contrary, hopefully we can make it a frame-winning error for us. Now, do we go for the black, or do we go for the green or blue? Because there's a decent long pot on this if we come back. I'm just worrying if we go for this black, whether there's a position on any shots. Unless we hit it up the table and get past these cluster. I'm quite good at potting into this. I mean, I've jinxed it now. I think I've got quite a decent success rate of potting into this pocket, but the other one isn't so good. Again, that's fine.
I think he'd go for the red near the blue.
Red near the blue. Now, how do we get that past the yellow and the brown? It's quite a risk, unless we go for this pocket up here. Which is achievable. It's a nasty shot, though. But we are going to go for it. We're aggressive, and that's what we do. Should be about right, though. If it's off, it won't be a mile off. Oh, it was quite a while off in the end, to be fair. But we are safe, I think. The yellow blocks off that easy pot away from the cluster. And he's going to need quite an angle on that red. He'll get it, though, probably. And what was he doing there? God knows. Because he's just, I think, unless that red has... Oh, that green's got something to do with it. I was just going to say, he hasn't covered that red shot down the table. Very soft onto this red. I mean, we could have tried for the long pot, but given the position of the cue ball and the object ball, it would have been tricky to get onto it, to get down the bottom of the table. It'll be interesting to see what he does with this, though. And the answer was nothing, and he certainly hasn't covered that red now. I mean, second time, we hinted at it before, and he certainly hasn't covered the shot this time. Very poor from Mark Brent. And this gives us a chance, even though we've missed a few this frame, to finally start a decent break. But this pack of reds still hasn't really been broken up yet, so I'll have to bear that in mind. I don't want to go for the black. I mean, the green's still a hard shot up here. I think we do go for the black, actually. It's a bit of a bizarre angle compared to what we're used to. Let's go for it, though. Again, pot the black, another 7 points on the break. That's nice and solid. Good stuff. Ooh, it's gone way too fast for what I expected it to do. Blimey. Now, similar thing with the red. Just push the red into the cushion. Nothing ambitious. It's the end of the break, but at the end of the day, it's all about winning frames, not big breaks. Certainly at this level. I mean, he's going to get out of this by just clipping the red. But, again... not the best shot in the world, and we are going to go for this now. I'm going to be risky, and hopefully it just nestles down the cushion and doesn't really hit it and go astray. But it's a long way for the cue ball and the odd object ball to travel to give us a good position for the next shot. We're not going to get that at all, because that's exactly... the camera work wasn't suggesting it would be a pot whatsoever. But I don't think the shot's covered here, because the blue and the yellow do not go for it. But for some reason... oh, no way. That would have been a brilliant plant there if he'd have got it. But none the wiser are we or him. But I think that red should bypass the other red if we're lucky. Let's go for a big shot. It's a risk. Can we get it, though? Let's have a look. There we go. It's in. Can we get a double on the other red? We can't. Where's the cue ball going? Where's the cue ball going? It's in. Oh, dear. Luckily, though, there's no obvious angle on a red. Because of the position of that, well, it's a free ball, so he can pop whatever he likes, which is a bit unfortunate, but he probably will go the green, eh? That's a very weird one, and he's missed it. What an idiot. What an idiot.
There's no easy shot available here.
I mean, yeah, that red's not an easy shot at all. So what he will do is just put it up behind the red. Hit up here. We do play a lot of these shots. You could say it's negative snooker, but at the end of the day, I don't really care. To be quite honest. And there we go. We've tapped the red. It's no chance of him getting the pot there. He could get an angle on that, on the red that's close to the black, but he's not going for that at all. And he's there. We go. Oh dear. Now he's committed a foul. Well, now we've got the free ball. Now we should be able to pot the green easily here.
From here, he can get the red in the balk area.
Actually, though, we might pot the yellow. It sacrifices points, but gives a much better position for a big break. I keep mentioning big breaks. It's not going to happen, though, is it? I mean, it's 2 points at the end of the day. Not going to complain. And there we go. Perfect. Hit the red across the cushion. That's another point.
The position on the black looks good from here.
Oh, of course, we have to hit another colour now, don't we? Because the whatever we potted acts as a red. So that's okay, but we aren't very good at potting in this one. So let's just go for it. Oh, we're going to miss it again. We need to get a move on this frame because the frame is lasting a little bit longer than expected. That's a nice pot. Position not the best, though, here.
He should be able to play a good safety shot here.
Agreed, agreed. Won't be the best safety shot because my safety shot game isn't brilliant yet, but luckily... It was a poor shot, but luckily that pocket is blocked off. But he's got a very good angle on that red there. That's what I do forget sometimes, the bulk of reds. The pack of reds even.
Nice pot on the black there.
There are some decent pots. Now, what does he go for here? There's an angle certainly on this one that's nestled up by the pink, but will he go for it and will he get it? He won't. Interesting shot. Now, can we get an angle on this red? It'd be very cheeky. Can we get it in the middle pocket? It's narrow. It's very, very tight. But I think, given a bit of luck, could be a frame-winning shot. Let's have a look. I don't think it will. But if it goes, we look like a genius. The scores are quite close there. We shouldn't really have gone for it. But it's gone in. There you go.
What a shot.
Thanks, John. I mean, it was luck more than anything if it went or not. But we hit it nice and soft. And it did hit the one draw, I think, but it did hit, it hit them. I mean, it sort of contemplate whether it's going to go in or not, and finally it did. Now, we could have gone for the blue. Oh, I don't want to go down that much on the table. We could have done... how do we get back up now? We could have gone for the blue, but that's not an obvious pot. This green, however, is definitely going to go in. So it's all about points. And there we go. Now, can we go all round the table here? If we can hit this one, hit this red, and then bounce right back up to the bulk area. Now, we need quite a decent angle to get back up. And it's marginal. We might struggle, though. We'll see how it goes. I mean, that's not the worst shot in the world.
Done well there to get the cue ball safe in the balk area.
I mean, John thinks it's safe. I'm not quite sure, though, myself. Given Mark's record, he's not going to pot this, but, I mean, for some reason, they can't make the easy shots, but some of the stellar shots, and as you say, it's an excellent shot, but some of the nasty shots he's been shocking at. Some of the easy shots, in fact, he hasn't potted yet, so it's just your luck. I mean, he should get the blue now, and actually, this could be a bit of a mistake from us. Should get that red, should get that black. Again, that's another 8 points. Brings the fine quite close. And what will we do? What we did last... Pardon me again. Will we do what we did in the last frame? But he's missed it. I was going to say, what are we going to do what we did in the last match and lose the second frame? But this is still going to be quite tight. Now, bypass the black, and that should, in theory, go in. Going to give it a go. It's always worth a go. Crowd silent. Go on, go on, go on. Oh, just a bit more angle on that, and that would have gone in. And unfortunately, it's given a good chance for him to pot the red. But we were never favourites to get that. But sometimes it's just worth going for the pot. Because if it comes off, you look very good. And again, he's just missed it. I mean, that's shocking. There's 3 reds we could go for now. I mean, I want to go for this far red and we can get an angle on it because it makes sense. Position on the brown? What are they on about? Honestly, sometimes the commentators sound like idiots. I mean, we wanted the position on the black, but I'll certainly be okay with the position on the pink. Screw back. Get a position on those reds. And the frame, if we can get a few more reds. Where's the cue ball going? That was close. Get these 2 reds and the frame is ours, I'd say. Now, this is a risk as well. Can we get the plans? Will it work? Oh, it's going to be tricky. All depends how this second red reacts. Oh, dear.
There wasn't any option but to use the rest for that shot.
That wasn't really well thought through. But we have got the 18-point cushion, pardon the pun. We have got the bit of a cushion, which, to be fair, with 2 reds and 2 colours, goes all of a sudden. But this could be a frame clincher for Mark, but he's got to pop these, which he's doing, to be fair. 1 final red to go. If he gets the red and the colour, that puts him up to 47. 2 behind, and it's all about who can pop their colours. But what was he doing there? What was he doing there? He just literally clipped the red. Must have just been a lapse in concentration. And now we can focus on increasing our lead and fundamentally taking the frame. Now, we get this one and we are 18 ahead with 27 to play for. So we want to go for the black. And we want to hit it quite hard to get a good position on this yellow up the table. Playing some good snooker though today. We might have been a bit lucky in some aspects. But, ooh, that's a bit of a nasty one. But we can do it.
But when the frames drag, it can be just as entertaining.
John Virgo, the voice of reason. We want to get a position on that green. Yellow and the green should be enough to win the frame. And we've got it. Oh, dear, that was a big mistake. That was a really bad mistake. That was awful. Oh, dear. Luckily, we get away with it with the, I would say, with the cue ball being on the line. Oh, dear, that was stupid. Again, too much focus on position and not enough on the shot. Well, rookie error. It does say it in the video title, but we are a rookie going for a champion status. And that was a really poor shot.
Well, there doesn't seem to be an obvious shot here.
Well, we've let Mark back in again. And would you believe it, he's missed it.
Sounds like somebody in the crowd has forgot to...
Unbelievable. But now our lead has gone down a little bit, which is a bit of a problem. 14 with 27. Pop this one, it's 16 with 25. Get the green. That's then 19 with 22 to play for. So the brown will be the one that gets us the frame. Good pot on the green, though. Good position. Now we want to get a screw back, but don't blooming put this in the other pocket now. Come on, it's going to be quite a hard one to screw back, I'd say. Right. Not too much, though. We want to sort of get that sort of angle on it. That will work. All depends what happens with the cue ball then, what reaction it has with the green. Oh, God, I wasn't expecting that. But, saying that, it's not worked out too badly. Can we get it past the blue? We're going to go for it. I don't think this is going to bypass the blue, though. It's either going to bypass the blue and miss, or it's going to whack the blue and the brown's going to go somewhere that we don't expect, and it's just hasn't come off. But actually, it's safe there, so we're a bit lucky. But sometimes it is a game of luck. And to be honest, if you've got no skill, then you get no luck. Because that is a dreadful shot from Mark Brent. And with this brown, as Virgo said earlier, we secure the frame. Well, we should do.
Well, I think the frame...
I mean, we're 19 ahead with 18 to play. Oh, sorry, 23 ahead now with 18 to play for. But it's just about if we can see any silly fouls now. Okay, we don't want anything too hard. But we certainly don't want to put it in that blooming pocket. Jesus. Get the blue and the frame's definitely over. And we can see... Well, he concedes a 2-frame lead.
Yeah, what
am I on about? He doesn't concede a 2-frame lead, but we open up a 2-frame lead in which he, in effect, has made. It'd be nice if we could pop the pink and the black at the end of the frame, get us a solid 84 break. No, not an 84 break, but an 84 score. But we potted the pink.
Marvellous. Fully committed.
John Virgo again. Right, we're not going to call the frame. Going to whack this, though. If it doesn't go in, it doesn't go in. But we've got the frame. We know that now. And just to make things better, we've potted the black. And at the end of the frame, it's a very comfortable 41-point lead. And we'll play one last frame in the episode. And if we can get this one, we are well on our way to being in the proper LG Cup. Brilliant. Right, good stuff. Now it's time for Brent to have another go. Under pressure a bit now is Mark Brent. And that's not a bad break. Not a bad break. I was going to say quite a poor break. But he has covered that red off actually there. So we are just going to try and clip that and get it back in the bulk. Maybe a bit too hard there. Oh no, that hasn't got position to go into the this far pocket, has it? No, it's okay. That's nice. Does it give position on that red? I don't think it does. Certainly against bigger players, these safety shots at the start of frames will be crucial, but in this standard, because we haven't got the ability to make the strong breaks, this sort of snooker doesn't matter so much. Hence why you can make take a few more risks, I feel. But in the big matches, you have very much got to play safety shots unless you are 90% sure that you are going to make the pot. Again, that was a 50-50 there. We've made the pot naturally. We've managed to move the pink and get good position on that. Good stuff.
Nice clean
And again, good position on the red. This is unintentional, to be honest. Ooh, this pink might have something to say, though. Oh, we thought we got good position. Yeah, as Virgo says, concentrate on the safety play. Which is exactly what we're going to do. Hopefully get it back up the tail without blooming potting it. But we are going to have to accept the fact we do separate the reds a bit here. Oh, that would have been a brilliant in-off on the yellow. But thank God we've covered that red, which would have been an otherwise easy pot, I think, by the yellow. Yeah, there we go. But he's got to be careful here, because if this travels back up the table and it's not covered, as it's not, I don't think. Oh, he's fouled, apparently. He's hit the black. Has he hit the black first? Oh, he's potted the black. Let's watch that shot back. Can we have a look? Shot 7 by Mark Brent. Let's have a look what happened here. I did not see the black go in. I was focusing on the red, but he hit the red. Oh, he hit the black and he potted it. Well, this is just comedy gold. He hasn't left the angle on the red, though, in all fairness to him. Again, safety play might be a requirement here. We have got quite a nice cushion, but we can't use that as an excuse. But the problem is that red up there. We could play quite an easy safety shot, but we've got to cover ourselves against Brent making the pot of the red. Which we haven't, really. But is he smart enough? Is he intelligent enough to make the link? He is. Fair play. And there we go. He's potted it. But there are some decent colours up the top of the table, and he can, if he pots some colours now, get into the lead of this frame.
If he keeps potting confidently, he should do well.
Good stuff from Mark. Fair play. You've got to take the rough with the smooth. Early frame leads don't mean anything.
4.
Good position on the blue there.
I think he has a red after this shot.
But he's going for the brown. Interesting. More for positional purposes, I think. He's gone for it. And yeah, he's got good... Has he really? I don't know. Actually, there's a red by the pink, which should go. Depending on... will it go? No, he's going for this red here. And he's missed it. Is he going to get the cue ball in? Oh, unfortunately not. But for us, it's quite a nice shot on this red here.
Red by the black spot for good position.
To be honest, again, it's silly. Go for a whack, and hopefully we can separate the reds. It is silly, though. It's a stupid shot. But if it comes off, we look like a genius. And there we go. We've separated the reds without too much issue. And we're perfectly... I wouldn't say perfectly, but we're decently on the blue, or even better, the yellow. Which is suitable. Again, we just have to sacrifice points sometimes. But I'd rather sacrifice 3 points on this yellow than sacrifice a frame on any of these reds. So we've even got the straight pot, which could be a plant actually for this red, which I'm quite confident we can do, I think. There's no reason why, if we get this now, that it shouldn't go in. Oh, for goodness sake.
Played a poor
I need to
shot
work
there.
on my plants, desperately.
Well, there's a wide choice
It's
of
getting
reds
the
on
greenhouse.
table.
Oh, I'm funny, aren't I? No, that was poor, that was. That was silly.
Nice
And as I
clean
say,
pot.
against bigger players, even Mark might take advantage here, but that was silly. Against bigger players, we need to improve that sort of play. He's potted that,
Was a
nicely.
stunning shot and a very difficult one to pull off.
And until he makes a mistake, we aren't coming back to the
All sorts
table.
of
So we're going to
shots
skip a few
available
shots. I
here.
feel like he's probably going to be able to make a few shots here. Should pot the black. Pot the red. Now he's got a bit of a struggle on. And he hasn't potted anything there. But we've got a lovely red there, which we can pot nice and easily. Again, maybe not the best positional play, but nonetheless, it's a point. And it reduces the lead of Mark Brent. Right, get angle on the green. Quite a hard shot. Maybe some screw back. There we go, that's nice enough. Shouldn't have been a daft shot, I don't think there. There we go, that's in. And we have got
That's brought the scores even now.
half decent position, I will say. Can we get the long pot on this red? I think we can. I think that's quite a straight shot. Happy with that. Scores are even. If we can get this pot, we now go ahead again. That should be fine. It's going into the pocket. It is. Good stuff. If it had hit the jaws there, we would have been... excuse my... Well, it's not really swearing, but it's not the best language. We would have been knackered, to be honest. Again, we have to sacrifice some of the bigger colours sometimes. Staying on the table is important.
He forced that one in. That was a powerful shot.
And now it's just a case of whether we can play it along the cushion to get this red.
He'll go for a safety shot here.
No, he won't. You're lying, Dennis. You're lying, man. It's off to them glasses. You can't see that there's a pot available, and we've got it. Nice.
8.
Again, there's a few reds blocking this now, so I think we'll go for the long green. Funnily enough, the long pots, I quite like the long pots. I'll say that I'd miss it now, but I do. I quite like the long pots. That's in. That's nice. Oh dear.
He won't be happy.
Yeah,
with
that wasn't the best way to go, was
That's
it?
perfect.
What a
He's
shot.
snookered
Let's
himself.
look at it
That's
again.
perfect. Make your mind up, lads. Gents, I should say. God. Sir John Virgo and Sir Dennis Taylor. Go on, go on, go on, go on. Oh, it's giving him a good angle, that is unlucky. Oh, dear. No, he's missed it. Well, just shows... Once a plonker, always a plonker, eh? Same applies for us, I'm sure. We ain't going to get angle on that black, so there's no point going for softness. Oh, that was a bit
Nice
unexpected.
clean pot.
Does the blue go? In fact, the pink might. Does the blue go? Get some screw back on this. The blue definitely goes. Extra 5 points to this break. I'm happy with that. Come on. Show!
He's
Wasn't
likely
the
to go
best
for the
positional
red
shot
near the pink
anyway.
here.
But he's going to go for the red near the pink, which can be potted in the middle pocket, of course.
1. Yeah, what a good
Just
shot
because
onto
I
the
dismiss
black.
the middle pocket means that other players don't. And Mark's brought it back level now.
There's no easy shot available here.
Certainly not, Dennis. And he's missed it. Well, that red should be achievable. I think. Yeah, it should go in the pocket quite nicely. Right, we don't need to whack this, but we need some decent force on it to get back up the table. The black's been quite nicely covered by both players, whether that's unintentional or not, but it's certainly been covered in this frame. Now, can we get an angle on the blue? The blue's very much a straight shot. I think. It's just our luck. We'll nudge it. Has it got enough force and has it got the angle? Oh, no. And again, it was good positional shots. We get one right every time. We get the position right, or we got the pot. Sometimes we get a bit of a combination of the two, which is always nice. Again, he'll get the blue.
Win the frame from here.
So we've can go for the
He's trying
pink.
to get the blue
I'd go
back
for the
onto
pink
his
here.
spot.
Well, one more red and then it's on to the colours.
Not the highest scoring frame here. We've got to bear that in mind. So the scores are going to be tighter. I don't think the black's been potted once. In fact, he might have potted it once. What's he done there? I mean, he's not done badly out of that. Does he get the snooker? We can get an angle on this, I think. If we can pot this from here, I'll tell you something. Wow. That would be tremendous. At the current angle, though, that's going to go into the other corner pocket. We don't want to concede a foul. No, it's way off, to be honest. Oh, dear.
Position on the black is worth considering.
I think Mark's going to bring it back to 2-1, to be honest. We haven't been in our best form in this frame, and he's missed it. Oh, dear.
Oh dear.
He's getting lucky, though, now, all of a sudden. The pots aren't open to him. And he's not open to us, either. Now, hopefully, we can get the angle here and hit this one into the green. So, a bit more power than touching's needed. Just our luck. Yeah. Yeah, it's covered by the brown, actually. They're going to go for a snooker, apparently, according to Dennis. Which he hasn't got, but it's going to be a tricky shot up the cushion. So we're going to do our classic safety play. We're going to have to call this the Jones cushion or something. Because it works. Apart from that time. Admittedly, though, it is going to be a tricky shot along the cushion if he goes for the pot here. No, I don't know what he was doing there.
He had lots of spin on that.
Really not sure. But it does line it up quite well for that dreaded middle pocket, which, to be fair, we can get to. We need to focus now because we are 5 behind. The frame isn't in our hands, so we need to make sure we pot some of these colours.
I'd consider potting the brown here for position.
Yeah, I'd pot the brown. Pot the brown, that's 3 points. Is it 3 or 4? No, it's 4, I think, isn't it? 4 for the brown.
5. He's doing
so that puts us level again. And again, if we can get this yellow, get a bit of screw back on it. Bear in mind, we need to pot the green next. Come on. Come back, come back, come back, come back, come back. Don't want to hit it too hard, though, here. That might be a bit too much. To be fair, that's perfect. Sometimes it just comes off, eh? The aim, though, really here is to pot all the colours. Get this pot, puts up to 40 points. There we go. Lovely angle on the brown. Now, the blue's going to be a bit trickier. But with this, 9 ahead, 18 points to play for.
14.
Not the best angle on the blue, though.
If he gets this one, I'm sure the frame will be his.
Yeah, correct. 14 ahead will be with 13 to play for. Now, we're going to get a bit of a screw on here. Bear in mind the position on the pink. I do like the long pots. Will it win us the frame? It won't in this aspect. Ooh, okay. This opens things back up. Now it's Mark, I think, is the favourite to get this. It's good position. Oh, what is he doing here? What's he done there? What an idiot. What a tool.
You play safe here, putting
well, we'll just play the classic Jones. He's really played some poor shots today. I mean, granted, we have, but that was an even poorer one. I mean, look at the angle on the middle pocket. And he's not going for it. To be fair, I don't think he'll get it from there. There's certainly an angle on the middle pocket now, though. Blimey, what was he doing? Right, we've got to pot this. Pot this and we win the frame. No fancy pants screwbacks. Just simple snooker and it's in. Should have made it safe, correct. Just whack this now. Go on, go on, go on, go on, go on, in the pocket! Oh, it was close. There are still 13 to play for, though, so if he gets the snooker and gets a foul off us, which...
the skills will really be tested.
That's a brilliant snooker. Fair play to him, that is fantastic. Right, let's judge this now. So what angle are we going to need? I'll just put my arm up on the screen. So we're going to need that sort of angle. So about there, I think. We could muck this up, and this could be a frame loss here. And to be fair, if we do lose it, then Mark does deserve to win the frame. But that is not a bad get out of that snooker, despite us leaving an easy pot open for him. The only points we lose is the 6 for the pot, and we just blooming missed it anyway. What an idiot. Again. Ooh, it's not the easiest potting angle. Just playing games with him now, to be honest. And he's missed that. Why he doesn't concede, I don't know. Well, he's going to have to concede after we pot this pink. That's confidence. That's really confident thinking, but I think this should be fine. Let's have a look. It's the frame winner.
Well, he has proved he can make...
Sensational.
Well, the commentators think it's sensational, and unfortunately,
What a
we're not
shot.
going to hear, yes, he's had enough from John Virgo this time, because no one's conceding. Just whack this. I'm not bothered whether it goes in or not. It hasn't. Will he get the double on it? Don't hit the cue ball. No, it's a bit too far off. But nonetheless, we've won the frame by 20 points. There's been some big margins today. And I reckon...
Sure, who would win that
Well, I
last
mean, it was a
frame with
nasty
the lead
frame, as John
changing
says
so
there. The lead did change quite often. But we've made sure we cleaned up the table, more or less. And made sure we won that one. And now it's up to 3-0. So in Saturday's episode, we'll see the last few frames. I think we can do this. Even if we lose, what, 4 now, we can still... well, we need 2 out of the next 6, which, based on how we've played so far, should be quite nice and easy. But if you've enjoyed that, folks, make sure to leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel for snooker on Saturday. If you're interested in any of the other content on the channel, including more retro games on a Sunday, Football Manager and cricket content, make sure to have a look on the channel. And that gives you even more reasons to subscribe if you are interested in any of those. But apart from that, folks, I've been TIJ Gaming, and I'll see you guys on Saturday for the next episode. Goodbye.